So I was just chilling, enjoying my summer vacation, and it finally hit me. I fully grasped what is going on with this country, where we have the two most disliked major presidential candidates in the history of Poland, Trump and Hillary Clinton. It's unprecedented, man. I fully grasp what's going on with the economy. Where we're spending $100 billion per year giving huge corporations welfare checks as all of our youth struggle to get a college education under $1.2 trillion in debt. And it would only take 70 of that 100 billion to correct it. In total, we spent nearly $200 trillion on the Iraq War, where we slaughtered 200,000 innocent people and laid the foundation for ISIS. All of that as 29 million Americans go without health insurance. All of that as 47 million Americans languish in poverty. The top 1% of income earners, they're now taking in 99% of all the new income generated in the United States. They're getting 99% of all the money. As everyday Americans struggle to provide for their families, as they struggle to pay the rent, as they struggle to send their kids to college, as they struggle to live in comfort. But see, this is the fact of the matter. The system is rigged, man, and people are frustrated about it. They're looking all around themselves for answers and just some magical solution to this hellhole. And there's Donald Trump. He's preaching to this choir of racist, marginalized, mostly white people. I know you're broke. I know you're hungry. I know you can't send your kids to college. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deport all of the illegals. Yep, they're bringing crime. They're bringing drugs. They're stealing your jobs. None of that is true. In fact, illegal immigrants are a benefit for the American economy. But being honest, sticking to the truth, that's not Trump's goal here. Trump isn't trying to save anybody. He's trying to continue to rig the system against these fools and use their ignorance against them. See, thanks to a corrupt media and a corrupt political system, these people have no clue what is going on. All they know is they're struggling to survive in this economy. And here Trump rolls around with his populist rhetoric and his bluster, and they're just falling for it. Now, yeah, Trump is extreme, man. He's a borderline fascist. He says, I will torture our enemies even if it doesn't work. I will kill the families of ISIS, innocent civilians. He has pledged to kill innocent civilians. Then he doubled down on it when asked about it. Trump said the Geneva Conventions, which are one of the foundations for human rights law everywhere, he said they were the problem. Then he doubled down on that. Trump has proposed trillions in tax cuts for the rich. His position on the minimum wage changes about every 8 seconds. And most troubling of all, he has proposed banning an entire religion from entering this country. Now, yes, there are murderous extremists inside of the Islamic community. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, the Saudi government. But to propose banning 1.6 billion people from entering this country simply because of their religion, it's absurd. It's xenophobia and bigotry that's just an absolute disgrace for this country. Yeah, but don't worry. Then later on he wants to clarify, no, don't ban all Muslims. Just ban Muslims from countries with terrorism. Okay, so the little 2-year-old boy from Iraq, whose entire family has been killed by ISIS, he can't come? The 55-year-old grandma from Afghanistan, who lives in fear every day of the Taliban, she can't come? The level of stupidity is amazing, man. But what's worse is that over 40% of the country is supporting this. They're condoning this. They're participating in this. 40+% of voters identify as Trump supporters. 40% of people, they're supporting this radical, borderline fascist agenda. They're eating it up. They view Trump as the magical solution to their problems. This businessman from outside of the corrupt system, sent from God, He's going to fix all of our problems by bringing back our jobs, by banning the Muslims, by deporting all the illegals, by being tough on ISIS, by being the law and order candidate. They seriously believe that Donald Trump is the magical solution. They are that hungry for change. They are that pissed off at the system that they will simply cling on to the loudest, most arrogant, to the biggest mouth. And that happens to be a psychopathic neo-fascist. It's sad. Trump is using these people's desperation and these people's ignorance against them. And he's doing a stellar job of it. He's the Republican nominee and is even leading in some of the general election polls. And he's always fairly competitive in the others, where he's not winning. So that's the incredible phenomenon of Donald Trump. Just how so many people are disaffected and marginalized and hungry for change. And Donald Trump is taking advantage of it. So it's incredibly interesting, but incredibly scary at the exact same time. Just how many people are falling right in line behind this destructive message. But on the other hand, you have Hillary Clinton. The entire Democratic establishment, the media, the politicians, all of them were in Hillary's corner from the jump. She had enormous name recognition. First Lady of the U.S. for 8 years, Secretary of State, ran for president in the last Democratic primary, senator from New York. She's a celebrity. She had the system behind her, rigging the game in her favor. You had the media, the mainstream media, spouting out all this anti-Bernie Sanders rhetoric from the start. You had ridiculous election laws that overwhelmingly favored Hillary Clinton. You had these super delegate Democratic Party elite who were going to give these nominations to Hillary, even if Bernie Sanders was able to overcome everything and win the popular vote. And even with all of those advantages, name recognition, rigged election system, the media is spreading misinformation amongst the American people. Hillary Clinton, she was pushed to the brink. She damn near lost to a real populist revolution. The same energy that Trump tapped into for all the wrong reasons, Bernie tapped into for all the right reasons. And Hillary Clinton, she continued to tap into Democratic loyalists and anybody who fed into the media's BS. And she scraped by the corporate sellout who voted. She supported the war in Iraq. She supported intervention in Libya and the intervention in Syria. The corporate sellout who voted for the Patriot Act and has taken millions from a long list of corporate interests. The corporate sellout who has supported nearly every disastrous free trade agreement. She scraped by and won the nomination for the Democratic Party. The same party of FDR, the party of Truman, the party of LBJ. This corporate sellout, this war hawk, won our nomination by the skin of her teeth. So now we're in this situation as a country. Trump, the psychopathic fascist, versus Hillary Clinton, the corporate sellout. Both are incredibly disliked. Both are lying, conniving people who I myself dislike. The only difference is Trump is a complete psychopath who will drive this country into oblivion given the opportunity. So with that, I again make my plea to the American people. Don't vote for either of these assholes. Trump is a psychopath and Hillary's a corrupt liar. Yes, Trump would be worse, but Hillary will continue rigging the system against us, and that's based on her lifelong record. Well, not maybe lifelong record. She did good stuff for the Children's Defense Fund. But while she was in power, she had so many disastrous decisions. Don't vote for either of them, man. So I say to all progressives, yes, Jill Stein has little to no chance of winning. I'm realistic about that. But she is on the ballot in the largest and most progressive states. So we have to pile behind her. We can get her to 15% threshold of national support. We can get her into the debates. And then that's game changing. So I say to Jill Stein, continue attacking Trump, target the independents and the small portion of Democrats who are supporting Trump, because a real progressive message is actually extremely popular amongst the American people, evidenced by Bernie Sanders. So if we pile behind Jill Stein and she stays on message, targeting the right voters, it's a long shot, but it is possible. But I know I'm damn sure not supporting Hillary Clinton. I'm damn sure not supporting Donald Trump. So yes, in order to save America from total oblivion, all the candidates should continue attacking Trump and targeting his sane voters. But you certainly don't have to support Hillary Clinton to stop Trump. So Jill Stein 2016. Alright? But yeah, this election, it's unprecedented. But honestly, they had it coming. The elite had it coming. They rigged the game against us for so long, and people were oppressed for so long, that this populist anger built up over time. And now it's being released in the form of Donald Trump. You have Hillary Clinton, probably the weakest and most corrupt Democratic candidate in the modern history of politics. She's standing in the way of this monster. And then you have two third-party candidates standing on the sidelines. So, this is how we got here, and I know where I stand, and hopefully the American people make the right stand.